Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the Paralympic Training Centre in São Paulo, Brazil, where in just a few moments we will be getting underway with England and Japan, the game that kicks off match day 3 of the 2023 International Blind Sports Federation Grand Prix, for the first time being held in South America. England are sitting in third in Group B with 1 point and a -2 goal difference. They tied Chile 1-1 in the first match and then lost to host Brazil 2-0 yesterday. Japan are dead last with just 1 point as well, but with a -3 goal difference from a 3-0 loss to Brazil in the first game and then a goalless tie with Chile yesterday. So Brazil are the favorites to beat Chile in the following game. If that does happen, whoever wins this one could advance to the semifinal that will be played tomorrow. High hopes for this battle as the IBSA Blind Football World Grand Prix arrives for day 3 here in São Paulo, Brazil. Let's get to the lineups, beginning with England. Dylan Malpas, Owen Bainbridge, Danny English, Brandon Coleman, and Amjid Issa are the starters, with Amir Azim and Roy Turnham on the bench. England led by head coach Adam Bendall and guide Lewis Skyers. All eyes on goalkeeper Dylan Malpas, who produced a spectacular performance against host Brazil yesterday. Here's the Japan formation. Daisuke Sato, Roberto Sasaki, Taishi Hirabayashi, Masaki Goto, and Ryo Kawamura are the starters. Izumi, Tanaka, Tori, Niwa, and Nagamori are the players on the bench. Let's get to the English national anthem. Here's God Save the King. God Save the King, the English national anthem, ringing loud and clear inside the Paralympic Center in Brazil. It's now time for the Japanese national anthem to take center stage. And there's the Japanese national anthem. To the right-hand side, you have the Japanese squad playing in all blue today. And on the left, the English squad playing with a white jersey, blue shorts, and white socks. The announcer is going down the list of the Japanese players, or rather the English players, but we're going to show you the Japanese lineup in the meantime. Once again, Daisuke Sato, Roberto Sasaki, Taishi Hirabayashi, Masaki Goto, and Ryo Kawamura are the starters for Japan, with Izumi, Tanaka, Tori, Niwa, and Nagamori on the bench. Eiji Nakagawa is the head coach. Alongside him, we have the guide Tomohito Uebayashi. Later today, at 11 a.m. local time here in São Paulo, Brazil, we have the hosts Brazil, the best team so far, taking on their South American rivals, Chile. And then in the afternoon, we have the 2 Group B battles. The first one between France and Thailand at 3 p.m. local time. And then we wrap things up with Italy against Argentina at 5 p.m. local time. in São Paulo, Brazil. And then tomorrow, we have 4 matches for you as well, kicking things off at 9 a.m. with the 4th place game. At 11 a.m., the 3rd place, or rather the 5th place match. And then the 2 semifinals are set for tomorrow afternoon. So we have a lot of excitement, a lot of great matches ahead of us as we play our way through Saturday. That's when the bronze medal game will happen at 9 a.m. local time here in São Paulo, Brazil, and the final set for 11 a.m. The announcer going through now. The Japanese squad. Izumi once again wearing the number 15. He's the backup goalkeeper alongside Tanaka, Tori, Niwa, and Nagamori. Those are the players on the bench. Just to recap, England are sitting in 3rd in Group B with 1 point and a -2 goal difference. They tied Chile 1-1 in the first match and lost to host Brazil 2-0 yesterday. Japan are dead last with just 1 point as well, but with a -3 goal difference from a 3-0 loss to Brazil in the first game, then a goalless tie with Chile yesterday. So Japan have yet to score in the tournament. Brazil are the favorites to beat Chile in the following game. If that does happen, whoever wins this one could advance to the semifinal match. So really high hopes for this game as we have officially entered the final group stage round. Match day 3 of the IBSA Blind Football World Grand Prix. We're really talking about a great tournament that prepares these teams for the big competitions this year. We're talking about the IBSA World Cup that will happen within the IBSA World Games later this year in Birmingham, as well as the Pan American Games set for November in Chile. Important to note, both of those tournaments are qualifying tournaments for the Paralympic Games in Paris next year. So for a team to qualify, they have to either finish in the top 3 in the World Cup or win the Parapan. Here are the captains and the goalkeepers. Sato and Kawamura on the Japanese side. Dylan Malpas and Owen Bainbridge for the English team. We're just a few moments away from the kickoff whistle between England and Japan. We're very, very close to the first chapter, the first 15 minutes between these two teams. Japan, the 3rd placed team in the Asian tournament, while England finished 3rd in the European Championship. And the ref there moving the ball so the players know exactly where it is. Dead center, inside the center circle there. From wherever you're watching us around the globe, we certainly invite you to join us here on the International Blind Sports Federation YouTube channel, where all the matches are being broadcast. And there's the ref checking in with the goalkeeper, Dylan Malpas, who had, once again, a spectacular performance against Brazil yesterday. The deficit could have been way more than just 2 goals had Dylan Malpas not produced a number of spectacular saves. Japan win the coin toss, so they have first possession with Sasaki and Kawamura from the looks of it. The ref checking in there with the English guide, Lewis Skyers. And we are all geared up and ready to go for the first half, the first chapter, the first 15 minutes of playing time between England and Japan. Both teams in the bottom 2 positions in Group B. So this is certainly a great opportunity for these teams to try and advance to the semifinal match. Later today at 11 a.m., Brazil will be taking on Chile. If the Brazilians beat Chile, whoever wins this one will advance to the semifinal match. Japan with first possession, and we are underway. You're enjoying the first few seconds, the first few moments of England and Japan. Match day 3 of the IBSA Grand Prix here in São Paulo, Brazil. Japan with the first offensive drive. The pass looking for Hirabayashi on the left-hand side. He's challenged there by Coleman. Here's Kawamura, the Japanese captain. Goto for Japan, challenged by Danny English. Goto earning a spot in the starting lineup after being a reserve player yesterday against the Chileans. England playing out from the back. Here's Coleman once again working his way inside. In the middle third now, he smashes the ball up the field, deflected off of Hirabayashi. IBSA is going to collect it there on the barrier. Challenged by Hirabayashi, who's trying to snatch the ball away from him. It's England's ball with a 13 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock. It's match day 3, the third round of the group stage of the IBSA Grand Prix, the tournament that has been played since 2018. Japan in 2018, 2019, and 2021 were the hosts. And then last year, the tournament was held in Puebla, Mexico. Argentina won the 3 editions in Japan, while Brazil emerged triumphant last year in Mexico. Hirabayashi off to the races on the left-hand side, only got so far. Coleman was in the way. A loose ball there in the final third, and Japan have the first corner kick of the game. Corner kick for the Asians. And Kawamura and Hirabayashi are going to take it. The corner kick for Japan to come from the right-hand side with 13 minutes and 25 seconds on the clock. 3 outfield players for England, closing out the near corner there. Kawamura trying to weave his way into the area, disrupted in that process. He's now going to be challenged by Danny English, who's got a lot of strength. He's pressuring the Japanese player against the barrier. England had tried to recover possession. Friendly fire there between Goto and Hirabayashi. Goto recovers, off to the races. He goes down, fouled by IBSA. A hot start to this match. And Japan have the first free kick of the game. Here's the replay of the foul. 4 more of those, and Japan will have a direct free kick. Yesterday we had a direct free kick goal scored by Argentina's Espinillo, who had a brace in the 3-0 win over France. Kawamura and Roberto Sasaki, the Brazilian-Japanese defender, on the ball. 12 minutes and 53 seconds on the clock. The IBSA has arrived for match day 3. And what really an exciting week it has been here in São Paulo, Brazil. A lot of great matches behind us, but also a lot of great matches ahead of us too. So make sure you stick with us here on the IBSA YouTube channel. Liam Archer, Mark Reed saying, "Come on, England." A huge shout out to you guys. A huge shout out to our viewers as well in Japan who are sending their support for the Japanese team. And there's the work from the Japanese guide, Tomohito Uebayashi. There he is, making sure his players know where the goalposts are. Phil Dean also checking in here, saying good luck, chaps. And a huge shout out, of course, to Ronnie Madrigal, watching us all the way from Costa Rica. And Danny English got a little too ahead of himself there. The ref checking in with him, saying, listen to the whistle, buddy. Do not move until you hear the whistle. The man marking zone being set up right there on the edge of the area. 12:50 on the clock. England 0, Japan 0. Once again, Tomohito Uebayashi tapping the posts. In a little less than 2 hours at 11 a.m., hosts and favorites Brazil. And we'll be taking on the Chileans. There's the whistle. Kawamura with a shot. He couldn't get the proper contact on the ball. It goes out. But it took a deflection on the way. Corner kick for the Japanese. Kawamura and Hirabayashi on the ball. Japan still in the offensive third. All of the England outfield players inside the area. Here's Hirabayashi working his way back, accelerating on the right-hand side. A nice finish from the Japan number 6, forcing Dylan Malpas's first save of the game. After what we saw against Brazil, it's going to take a lot more than that to beat the English goalkeeper. Here's Amjid Issa looking to turn around Goto. He rolls it back for Coleman, the number 7. He has a turn as well. A pass in the middle third for Danny English on the left-hand side. Off the barrier, lost track of the ball. It's collected by Hirabayashi. He's accelerating inside. Hirabayashi still going, working his way into the left. A nice run there from Hirabayashi. English was there to disrupt the flow of the play. Hirabayashi sends it the other way, looking for Kawamura. He steps on the brakes, passes it the other way, looking for Goto. Goto goes down. Recovered by Danny English in the middle third. English looking to play out from the back now with Coleman. Goto challenging him. Hirabayashi. Coleman snatches it away from him. 3 players there entangled on the barrier. No foul. Play on, says the ref. 11 minutes on the clock. Danny English challenging Goto and Hirabayashi. The ref is going to sound the whistle. Goto lost his visor there, and he didn't even realize it. Mandatory piece of equipment that visor is. Making sure all the players are seeing nothing but pitch black, and also, of course, to protect the eyes and the nose. Play is halted here with 10 minutes and 57 seconds on the clock. England 0, Japan 0. Both sides still goalless, but looking for the W. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Brazil are the favorites to beat Chile. The last time they faced each other, Brazil won. So if that does happen again today, whoever wins this match will be advancing to the semifinal as the second-placed team in Group B. Coleman locked with Goto there on the barrier. Goto loses his visor once again. And the play's not halted here. Coleman off to the races. Only got so far. Roberto Sasaki was in the way. And now the play is going to be halted as soon as the ball is dialed back towards the goalkeeper, Sato. 10:34 on the clock. Goto has his visor once again. A goal kick for Japan. Sato places it up the field. Connecting with Kawamura, working his way inside, weaving his way through. Can he get a shot out of it? He goes down in the area. No. Foul there, play on. Goal kick for England. Malpas sends it up the pitch, looking for Danny English. And he bulldozes his way into Roberto Sasaki. Ouch. Would not want to be the Japanese number 3 there. Foul committed by the Japanese player, the second foul of the match, the first for Japan. Let's have a look at it again. Here's the replay. It's England versus Japan, ladies and gentlemen, the 9th match of the IBSA Grand Prix. From wherever you're watching us around the globe, we're certainly very, very happy to have you here with us on the IBSA YouTube channel, where all of the matches are being broadcast. We kicked off the tournament on Tuesday, and we are going to play our way through Saturday, when the bronze medal game and the gold medal game, that is the final, will be played at 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. respectively, local time here in São Paulo, Brazil, where the competition is being held for the first time in South America. Very, very special to see how the IBSA Grand Prix has grown over the past few years. There's the work from Lewis Skyers, tapping the posts to make sure the English team knows where it is. Coleman got a little too ahead of himself. He decided to take the free kick before the whistle. So Japan recover possession in their defensive third with the captain Kawamura. 10:14 on the clock. Kawamura accelerating down the right-hand side. He's got the speed, he's got the footwork. Kawamura still going and almost scoring a lovely individual goal. Right when he pulled the trigger, he couldn't get the proper contact on the ball, which made the save easy for Dylan Malpas. And Coleman is fouled by the Japanese captain. No question about it there. Coleman tripped in his tracks. Here's the replay. A foul for England now in the middle third. Coleman and Amjid Issa on the ball. 9:55 on the clock. Coleman boots it up the field straight towards Sato, who smashes it down the line for the captain Kawamura. Pressured by the captain for England, Bainbridge. Danny English joins in. He's going to fight for it with Sasaki. Both players locked there on the barrier, right in front of head coach Adam Bendall. A foul committed by Japan. or rather no foul there. It's just going to be a loose ball. .9:32 on the clock. England 0, Japan 0. That's what the scoreboard here at the Paralympic Center in São Paulo, Brazil still reads. England to have one goal in the competition, scored by that man right there, Danny English, in the tie against Chile. Japan have yet to score. They lost to Brazil 3-0, and then yesterday tied Chile 0-0. Here's Hirabayashi off to the races on the left-hand side. Lost the ball. Counter-attack for England. Here's Coleman racing into the left-hand side. Coleman still going. His shot saved by Sato. The best chance for England. What a run from Brandon Coleman. He went all the way, pulled the trigger inside the area, and forced Sato to turn up big time. 9:09 on the clock. There's the ref having a word with English, asking him to step back. It's Japan's ball. Japan have possession in the defensive third. Kawamura smashes it down the line. Off the barrier there for Brandon Coleman. He's challenged by Goto. Bainbridge, Dylan Malpas with some pressure there from Goto. And Malpas didn't like it. You saw the reaction there. The ref had to step in and say, calm down, buddy. Here's the replay. I don't think Goto realized that Dylan Malpas was there. Man of the match performance from the England #1 against Brazil yesterday. Quite the game we had here, with Nonato scoring twice for the Brazilians. He's the top scorer of the competition with 4 goals, 2 against Japan, 2 against England. Coleman off the barrier. Loose ball collected by Hirabayashi to get the counter-attack going for the Japanese, and Coleman commits the foul on Hirabayashi. Second foul committed by England. 5 fouls so far in the first half, keeping in mind when a team commits 5 fouls, the other side gets a direct free kick. England have committed 2 fouls and Japan 3. 2 more of those and Japan will have, or rather 3 more of those and Japan will have a direct free kick. They have a regular set piece now from the left-hand side. Hirabayashi and the captain Kawamura on the ball. The English wall built up of 2 players. English as well as Amjid Issa. 8:38 on the clock. The Japanese guide Tomohito Uebayashi tapping the posts so that his players have an idea as to where the goal is. Kawamura accelerating on the left-hand side. His shot saved by Maltas. Still in bounds. Coleman has it right there on the edge of the pitch. He's pressured by Kawamura. He has support from Amjid Issa right next to him there. Coleman attempts to roll it towards Issa, but it eventually goes out for another Japanese corner kick. A corner kick for Japan with 8 minutes and 13 seconds on the clock. All of the English outfield players inside the area. 3 of them shutting down the near post. And the whistle is blown. Japan anticipated themselves a little too much there. They're going to get a second opportunity now. Hirabayashi accelerates back. And after a second mistake, the English recover possession. There's the buzzer. England are asking for a timeout with 8 minutes and 3 seconds on the clock. Adam Bendall, the head coach, wants to have a word with his players. Eiji Nakagawa will take advantage of the opportunity to do the same. Let's recap all the results so far. On Tuesday, Chile and England tied 1-1. Brazil beat Japan 3-0. Thailand and Argentina tied 0-0. Not a great start for the top-ranked IBSA team, Argentina, in the competition. And then France beat Italy 2-1. Yesterday, Japan and Chile tied 0-0. Brazil beat England 2-0. Argentina demolished France 3-0. And Thailand beat Italy 1-0. So Thailand are sitting in second in Group A with 4 points. Argentina also have 4 points, but a better goal difference. 3 against 1. So far, England and Japan are tying 0-0 here. Will we have the first goal of the day in this first half? The match will resume. There's Hirabayashi positioning himself defensively. England have the ball with Coleman and Bainbridge. The ref checking in with the goalkeeper Dylan Malpas. And Coleman off to the races, accelerating up the field, running at Japan, lost track of the ball. Able to recover it in the middle third. Coleman still going, pressured by Goto. 7:45 on the clock. Loose ball collected by Bainbridge. Able to get a turn out of it. He boots it up the field to the left wing. That's where English is. Won back by Kawamura, who's off to the races to get the counterattack going. Here's Kawamura. He might get a chance to pull the trigger here. Loose ball collected by Kawamura, looking for space, looking for an angle. He's challenged and surrounded by a number of English players. And Japan squander the attack. England looking for the counter. Here with Roy Turnham. Here's the substitute with a shot, forcing a spectacular save from Sato. What a finish from Roy Turnham, who just stepped in a few moments ago. Very, very nice finish there. Let's have a look at it again. He was aiming for that near corner, but Sato was onto the move. Corner kick for England. The English vying for the W, much like the Japanese. A very even contest so far. Corner kick for the third-placed team in the past European Championship. There's a tight shot of the Japanese goalkeeper, Sato, making sure his teammates are in the right place. Roy Turnham fighting for the ball. He's challenged by Goto. Rolled back to Coleman. And Bainbridge saying, switch it. That's the instruction from the English captain, Turnham. Sends it the other way, looking for Danny English. Will he get to the ball? Yes, he is. English with a shot. But it goes wide. Another great chance for England, who almost draw first blood. Sato Sends this ball up the field, and it rolls out for a goal kick. Malpas returns the favor. Looking for English there on the left. Surrounded by two players. Nice turn. English still going. He ran out of field. Corner kick for England with 6:16 on the clock. 6 minutes and 16 seconds of playing time remaining. No goals so far. A very good battle. A very even matchup between the English and the Japanese. The England players have the offensive drive with this corner kick now. Roy Turnham and Danny English on the ball. They switch positions. There's the whistle. Turnham surrounded. Tried to weave his way through, unsuccessful. Goto boots it up the field. Past the middle third into the offensive third for Japan. And it rolls out for a goal kick. Malpas sends it up the field. Linking up with Danny English, who's able to muscle his way through. And then he gets a through ball out of that play. Looking for Roy Turnham there on the sideline. The English player had the final touch. Goal kick, Japan. The pass down the middle was meant for Goto. Goal kick for England. Here's Coleman. Running at the Japanese. Off to the races. Coleman still going. Excellent individual run. He only got so far. Hirabayashi was in the way. Hirabayashi challenged by Turnham. Kawamura collects the ball. And he's off to the offensive drive. Switches direction once again. He sends the ball towards the right-hand side. Bainbridge. The English captain blocked by Goto. Both players entangled there on the side barrier. The loose ball collected by the Japanese captain Kawamura. He shifts direction. Sends the ball towards the left-hand side, looking for Goto. Or rather, Hirabayashi, who's fighting for the ball against Roy Turnham. Danny English, or rather Brandon Coleman now to get the counter-attack going for England. He flicks it towards the other side, looking for Turnham. 4 minutes and 5 seconds on the clock. Both teams looking for that late goal in the first half. Sasaki dials it back to Sato, who boots it up the field off the barrier. It's loose and alive. Dylan Malpas. He's able to connect with Coleman. He sends it all the way the other way for the captain Bainbridge. Using the barrier there to guide him. He's challenged by Goto, who eventually figured out where the ball is. Bainbridge smashes it up the field for Roy Turnham. Still going, surrounded by two Japanese players now. Nice turn, nice shift of direction. Turnham still going. He only got so far because Sasaki was in the way. Rolled back towards Hirabayashi. It's a loose ball on the other side, collected by Danny English. He could take a shot here, and he does. It goes out and wide. Nice effort, though, from Daniel English. Timeout for the Japanese. Eiji Nakagawa wants to pass on some instructions to his players. Adam Bendall will have a word with his men as well. They're going to take advantage of this opportunity to have a sip of water and hydrate themselves. There's a tight shot of the English squad. 2 minutes and 51 seconds on the clock. And one of our viewers here, Kay, is saying Malpas is world class. He certainly produced world-class saves against Brazil yesterday. That was quite the match. Arguably the best goalkeeper performance of the competition. Andrea Chiellini and Alessandro Bartolomucci were also great for Italy and France when they faced each other on Tuesday. That's a match you certainly want to rewatch. We're about to get underway with the final 2 minutes and 51 seconds of playing time here at the Paralympic Center in São Paulo, Brazil. Both teams still goalless. If Brazil beat Chile, whoever wins this one will advance to the semifinal as the second-placed team in Group B. So a lot at stake here. And that's what makes this match so exciting. Sato sends it up the field, too much power on it. It eventually goes out of bounds for a goal kick to be taken by Dylan Malpas. Linking up with Coleman. He sends it the other way for Bainbridge. Chased by Goto, who's going to put some pressure on the English captain. Goto wins it back for Japan in the offensive third of the field. Here's Goto, and he found air once he pulled the trigger with the right foot. Had he made contact with the ball, we could have been looking at the first goal of the match. It would have been Japan's. Goal kick for the Japanese. Sato places it up the field. Able to link up with the captain, Kawamura, who swings it all the way the other way, looking for Hirabayashi. Snatched away by Coleman. Hirabayashi's going to pull up a fight. Coleman rolls it back. Turnham. Links up with English on the wing. English steps on the brakes. Accelerates inside. Nice run from English. The shot there disrupted by Sasaki, and then out for a goal kick. Sato sends it down the line. Here's Hirabayashi. His shot from range. Audacious attempt from Hirabayashi. It took a deflection on the way, and Japan have a corner kick. The corner kick to be delivered from the right-hand side. Hirabayashi and Kawamura on the ball. Very close there to the English substitute corner. Or rather, the English substitution corner to describe that area properly. 1 minute and 19 seconds on the clock. Kawamura inside the area. 3 English players in front of him. Only got so far. Now Bainbridge is going to put up a fight against Kawamura. And Japan have another corner kick. The English captain had the final touch. 1 minute and 9 seconds on the clock. No goals so far. Hirabayashi working his way back. Hirabayashi still going. And then inside, challenged by Coleman, who's going to try and recover possession for England. It's booted up the field by Hirabayashi. Loose ball, still alive. Goto and Turnham fighting for it. Who's going to emerge triumphant here? A number of players locked there on the barrier. And the whistle is blown. Play is halted. England have committed 2 fouls. Japan have committed 3. But this is not a foul, important to note. 42.8 seconds on the clock. Loose. Hirabayashi gets in front of Coleman. The support there from Goto. Coleman still fighting for it. 31.1 seconds on the clock. Basically 30 seconds of playing time remaining until the end of the first half. England have possession in the middle third. Coleman boots it up the field. It bounces. Almost made its way to Danny English. The Japanese have the counterattack with the captain Kawamura off to the races. Will he go 1v1? Almost. But Coleman was able to get a cleat in the way. Sasaki smashes it up the field, blocked by Coleman. Loose ball, collected by Kawamura, off to the races, and there's the halftime buzzer and the halftime whistle. England 0, Japan 0, both sides still goalless here. So they will be looking for the winner in that second half. That will certainly be exciting. We're going to take a quick 10-minute break, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll see you right back here for the final chapter of this England versus Japan battle. Don't go anywhere. Make sure you stick with us here on the International Blind Sports Federation YouTube channel, where the entire 2023 IBSA Blind Football World Grand Prix is being broadcast. We'll see you in a few minutes. Welcome back, everyone, to the Paralympic Training Centre in São Paulo, Brazil, where we are about to get underway with the second half, the final chapter, the final 15 minutes between England and Japan. Both sides still goalless, vying for the first goal and the first win of the competition. I said this before, and I'll say it again. The upcoming match is Brazil, the favorites, taking on their South American rivals, Chile. If Brazil beats Chile, whoever wins this match will advance to the semifinal as the second-placed team. So the stakes are high, and this second half should be very, very exciting indeed. England on the first offensive drive there. Japan have the goal kick. Sato places the ball back up the field, connecting with Kawamura on the right-hand side. He loses the ball. The counter-attack for England. English off to the races, the right-hand side. Can he find space? Can he find an angle? He might just get an opportunity now. Loses track of the ball eventually. Japan recover. Here's Kawamura in the middle third. He's running at the English. Halted in his tracks. Turns back. England able to regroup defensively. A little over 14 minutes on the clock. Kawamura smashes it up the field. He links up with Goto, slicing his way through. Nice shot there from the number 8 off the board and out for a goal kick. Malpas places it back. It rolls out of bounds for a goal kick. Sato. A little over 60 seconds of playing time into the second half here. Roy Turnham. He flicks it all the way the other way. Looking for Coleman. He got lucky there. Collected the loose ball. Disrupted by his teammate. A poor communication there between Coleman and Mirazim, the halftime sub. There he is. England have possession in the middle third. It's flicked to the other way for Danny English. English weaving his way through. Nice piece of skill from Danny English. He's surrounded by a number of Japanese players. Can he wiggle his way through? Sato. Booted up the field for Goto in a dangerous position. Roy Turnham gets to it. 12 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock. Malpas places it up the field, and English bulldozes Sasaki into the turf. Ouch. Once again, would not want to be the Japanese defender there. Still collapsed. Here's the replay. English had no idea Sasaki was in front of him and crashed into him full force. Roberto Sasaki is the Brazilian-Japanese defender. He's Brazilian, but then over the course of time obtained Japanese citizenship, and that's what makes him eligible to play for the Japanese blind football team. At 12:29 on the clock. This is the first of 4 matches today. England and Japan are facing each other right now. Brazil and Chile are the upcoming match. The kickoff whistle set for 11 a.m. local time, and slowly the Brazilian fans, the Brasileiros who support the national team, are making their way into the Paralympic Center here in São Paulo, Brazil. Once we get a wide angle of the field, you're going to see the banner there in the background reading Movimento Verde Amarelo, which is the green and yellow movement that supports Brazilian athletes whenever and wherever they play. And here's Guida Bayashi with a shot. Dylan Malpas coming up big time. Huge save from the English goalkeeper. One more. Dylan Malpas, arguably the best goalkeeper of the tournament. He has been extraordinary over the past few days. It's collected by Turnham. Snatched away by Hirabayashi, only for a split second though. Turnham able to recover. Both players locked there on the side barrier. 11:30 on the clock. English Smashes it up. It comes back. Goal kick for England. Malpas sends it down the line. Looking for Azim. He's challenged by the captain, Kawamura. Final touch there from the Japanese player, and England have a corner kick. England 0, Japan 0. If this result holds, Chile will just need a tie against Brazil to secure that second position. But tying Brazil is very, very tough. Brazil have played over 300 matches in the history of blind football. And in regular time, in other words, not counting penalty shootouts, they have only lost 12 games. That gives you an idea as to how good Brazil are. The 5-time Paralympic champs and 5-time world champs, not to mention 6 Copa America titles as well. Corner kick for England. Roy Turnham and Danny English on the ball. Nice turn from Turnham. Disrupted there by Sasaki. English gets to it. Snatched away by Kawamura. Running at England. Lost track of the ball. Recovers it in the middle third. We're about to enter the final 10 minutes of playing time. 10:50 on the clock right now. Kawamura places it down the line. Here's Goto. Shifts direction. Nice run from Goto. Weaving his way through. Collected by Malpas. He places it down the line. Danny English gets to it. Goto challenging him. Sasaki keeps it in bounds. A loose ball here. Who's going to come away with it? Goto challenged by Turnham. English and Kawamura are also there. Recovered by English, who accelerates inside. In the center circle, he gets a flick. Sasaki coming away with it. Azim is going to put some pressure on him. Hirabayashi is there in support. Less than 10 minutes of playing time remaining. Here's Danny English. Can he get a shot on frame? Almost. Lost track of the ball, and here come Japan on the counterattack on the offensive drive. Hirabayashi with a shot on frame. Saved by Dylan Malpas. Nice shot, another one from the Japanese number 6. Here's Brandon Coleman playing out from the back. He lifts it up the field. Danny English now in a good position. Right when he pulled the trigger, Sasaki snatched it away from him. Both players locked there. Eventually collected by Kawamura, who sends the ball to the left-hand side looking for Hirabayashi. Coleman gets to it first. 9 minutes of playing time remaining. Japan 0, England 0. Who's going to win this one? Or will it finish goalless? English looking to turn. Through ball on the right-hand side for Amir Azim. He's going to be challenged there by Sasaki. Hirabayashi's going to join in. Azim still going, using his body to protect the ball. He rolls it back. Japan have the counterattack here with Goto running at Turnham. Goto, can he get a shot on frame? Nice defensive piece of play there from Roy Turnham. Corner kick for Japan. 8 minutes and 32 seconds of playing time remaining. England are going to have a substitution. Amir Isa, or rather Amjid Isa, to pronounce his name correctly, will be stepping in. We're going to get a substitution on the Japanese side as well. Niwa, the number 12, will be stepping in for Goto, the number 8. Substitutions promoted by Adam Bendall and Iji Nakagawa. Corner kick for Japan. And Kawamura and Hirabayashi on the ball with 8 minutes and 32 seconds on the clock. Kawamura flicks it all the way the other way, looking for Niwa. His first involvement in the match. He's pressured there by Turnham. And Niwa loses his visor. You hear the whistle halting the play. The visor, very, very important. It protects the eyes, the nose, of course, the face of all the players. Niwa is stepping off so he can adjust his visor. Substitution for Japan. Goto back on with 8 minutes and 18 seconds on the clock. England 0, Japan 0. This is the match that kicks off match day 3, the third round of the group stage of the 2023 IBSA Grand Prix, held in São Paulo, Brazil, held in South America for the very first time. In around 62 minutes, so a little over an hour, we're going to get the kickoff whistle for Brazil and Chile. Brazil off to a great start to the competition. They beat Japan 3-0, beat England 2-0. So the Brazilians have scored 5 goals and conceded none. Chile will definitely have an uphill battle against the Brazilians. No foul there, just a goal kick for Japan. 7:55 now. Sato sends it up the field, intercepted by Coleman. Hirabayashi coming away with a nice run from him on the left-hand side. He steps on the brakes, goes down. Goal kick for England. Placed down the middle corridor for IBSA. The ball deflected off the other number 10 on the field, the captain Kawamura. And England have a corner kick from the left-hand side. .36 on the clock. Four Japanese players. All of the outfield players for Japan inside the area. Here's IBSA, shifts direction, nice move, attempts to do so once again, impeded in his tracks by Soto. IBSA still going, it's snatched away by Sasaki, who kicks it towards the goalkeeper. It's in a tricky position there. Sato eventually boots it out of trouble. 7:15 on the clock. Goal kick for England. Dylan Malpas to take it. He rolls it up the field, looking for IBSA once again. It goes past the number 10. And there's the buzzer. Japan requesting a timeout. Eiji Nakagawa wants to have a word with his men. Adam Bendal taking advantage of the opportunity to do the same thing. Argentina are the top-ranked IBSA team, winning the 3 Grand Prix editions in Japan in 2021, 2019, and 2018. The competition, of course, wasn't played in 2020 due to COVID. But Argentina won those editions of the Grand Prix when Brazil did not participate. Then when Brazil finally made their debut last year in Mexico, we had the Brazil-Argentina Classic in the final, with the Brazilians winning in a penalty shootout after a goalless tie. And this competition here really is the perfect competition to prepare the teams, right, for the big competitions this year. We're talking about the World Cup in August in Birmingham. That shall happen within the IBSA World Games, as well as the Pan American Games set for November in Chile. Important to note, both are qualifying tournaments for the Paralympic Games in Paris next year. 5 teams have already qualified for Paris 2024. France is the host nation. Turkey the European runners-up after losing to the already qualified France in the final. Morocco as the African champion and China as the Asian champ, keeping in mind that Brazil have won the gold medal at every single Paralympic Games so far. Athens 2004, Beijing 2008, London 2012, Rio 2016, and Tokyo 2020. The latter, of course, played in 2021 due to the COVID-19 pandemic that took a toll on the sport. That's the reality. Goal kick for England, or rather a corner kick for Japan. The English player had the final touch. 6:55 on the clock. Dylan Malpas making sure his teammates are in the right place there. 3 men on the near post. Roy Turnham further behind, smack in the middle of the area. 6:55 on the clock. England 0, Japan 0. Both sides still goalless. Both teams vying for the first win of the competition. Japan looking for the first goal of the tournament. Can it come now with Hirabayashi? Disrupted there by Coleman. Corner kick for Japan. 6:47 on the clock. We're less than an hour away now from the Brazil versus Chile battle. The South American rivals going at it in the IBSA Blind Football World Grand Prix. Hirabayashi shifts direction. Nice move from Hirabayashi. Off to the races. Can he get a shot? Someone lost a visor. It's Amjid Issa. There's the whistle. Play is halted. The ref assisting there, the English number 10, Amjid Issa. Dylan Malpas checking in with him as well. 6:31 on the clock. 6 minutes and 31 seconds of playing time remaining. England still in third in Group B. Japan still sitting dead last. Corner kick for the Japanese. Kawamura flicks this ball towards Tori, the substitute. He's challenged by Turnham. Both players locked on the barrier. Tori sends it back. Hirabayashi off to the races. Nice run from Hirabayashi. The finish, though, not quite nice. Substitution for the English. Owen Bainbridge, the English captain, will be returning to the battle. Stepping in for Roy Turnham. And a huge shout out to all of our viewers from both England and Japan who are with us right now on the IBSA YouTube channel. Huge shout out to Jay Stallard, the Nakata podcast, as well as Kay. And here come England. Danny English looking for Issa on the left-hand side, off the barrier. Loose ball, still alive. Who's going to get to it? Sasaki gets to it. He had the final touch, though. Corner kick for England with 5:57 on the clock. A late offensive pressure here from the English team. The third-placed team in the last European Championship. Will we get a goal? Will we get a late goal in this battle? So far, it's been good. It's been very even. We're just lacking a goal. That's what I want to see. Sato making sure his men are in the right place. Amjid Issa shifts direction. Attempts the pass off of Sasaki. Second touch there from the Japanese player. Collected by Coleman. He's moving back into the defensive third. Flicked up the field. A loose ball. Will it be collected by Issa? Yes, it will. Can he get space? Can he get an angle for a shot? He ventures back into the middle third. Issa still going, weaving his way through, accelerating. Issa can take a shot. Yes, he can. But he found air once he went for the ball. Almost England scored. Murtaza Jamil saying, come on, England. And Jay Stallard, my friend, I believe you're referring to Amjid Issa, the English number 10. Here's Kawamura. Still going inside the area. Kawamura. When he attempted the shot, he was disrupted just at the right time. And I say right, of course, if you're rooting for England. The Japanese have a corner kick. Hirabayashi and Kawamura, the captain, on the ball to take the corner kick from the left-hand side. A huge shout out to Jay Stallard, who's watching us from Wales. Make sure you tune in to the IBSA YouTube channel where the entire competition is being broadcast. Make sure you share the channel, tell your friends about it, get everyone here with us. And here's Danny English off to the races on the left-hand side, loses track of the ball, recovers, turns, looking for space, looking for an angle. His shot there blocked and deflected. Easily collected by Sato, who sends it down the middle corridor. Goal kick for Dylan Malpas. Less than 5 minutes of playing time remaining. This is the final stretch of the game. England 0, Japan 0. Can one of these teams break the deadlock and draw first blood and clinch the 3 points? Issa inside the area. Ran out of space there. Goal kick for Japan, Sato, to get the counterattack going, looking for Hirabayashi up the field. He's in the offensive third. Hirabayashi working his way inside. Hirabayashi with a shot. Dylan Malpas with a save. Solid work from the Japanese number 6. Solid work once again from that guy right there. Arguably the best goalkeeper of the competition. He has been great over the past few days. Corner kick for Japan. And a huge shout out to Murtaza Jamil, who's watching us from Pakistan. And also to RNC Hereford, who says, we're all cheering England on from the Royal National College for the Blind. That is very, very special, guys. A huge shout out to everyone at the Royal National College for the Blind in England who are rooting for the English team. And guys, I've said it before, and I say it again. Look at this rocket here from Hirabayashi, forcing the save from Dylan Malpas. If Brazil beat Chile and England win this one, they will advance to the semifinal as the second place team. Another shot from Hirabayashi, another save from Dylan Malpas. Great work from the England number 1 to get the counterattack going for the Europeans. He sends it up the field. Danny English trying to weave his way through in the offensive third. Only got so far. It's still alive, still loose. Collected by Kawamura to get the counterattack going for Japan, and he was grabbed there in his tracks. The counterattack halted by Amjid Issa in the middle third with 3 minutes and 29 seconds on the clock. And believe it or not, this is the first foul of the second half committed by England's Amjid Issa. Shout out as well to Shamriz Hussein saying, come on, England, let's push for the win. The Japanese viewers tuning in with us as well. And that was actually the second foul of the second half. So England have committed 2 fouls. I stand corrected here by the ref, who just updated these statistics. There's the buzzer. Substitution for England. Roy Turnham will be jumping back in momentarily. But first, Japan are going to take the set piece from the middle third. Kawamura. And here are the Brazilians who are getting ready to enjoy the upcoming game between Brazil, the hosts, and Chile, the South American battle for the IBSA Grand Prix. Slowly, the Paralympic Center here in São Paulo, Brazil, is getting more and more packed. You do not want to miss the upcoming game as the hosts Brazil take on Chile. A corner kick for Japan with 3:13 on the clock. Basically 3 minutes of playing time remaining. Shamraz Hussein saying, watching from Afghanistan and cheering for England all the way. The English defending right now. The shot from Kawamura goes out. Goal kick for Dylan Malpas, who sends it up the field. It's collected by Tori. Danny English is going to chase it, but it goes out the other way for a Japanese goal kick. And here's the replay of that earlier chance. The shot from Kawamura. A few people here in the Paralympic Center requesting a handball on that play, not given. And here come England. 2:30 on the clock. Kawamura fighting for it as well. A loose ball alive in the middle third, collected by Danny English. He's off to the races. Danny English still going. Can he get a shot on frame? He was in a tight pocket. Ran out of space. Timeout. England are about to make a substitution. As I said prior, Roy Turnham, the number 9, will be stepping in for Amjid Issa, the number 10. That's the substitution promoted right now by Adam Bendall. A substitution late in the game. The substitution to try and get the winner for the English. And the Japanese head coach, Eiji Nakagawa, picks up the yellow card for communicating with his players outside of the permitted area. Keeping in mind that the coach can only communicate with the player inside the middle third, since Eiji Nakagawa communicated with the player, with the Japanese players in the either final or defensive third. He picked up the yellow card. 2 minutes and 10 seconds now on the clock. We have entered the final minutes of playing time. Authority looking for space, looking for an angle. He gets a shot, blocked, deflected on the way, still alive. Almost Hirabayashi got to it. But instead of getting to the ball, he accidentally kicked Dylan Malpas. Thankfully for the English goalkeeper, it wasn't a strong kick. And the counterattack now for England with Roy Turnham. He's trying to muscle his way through a couple of Japanese defenders. A loose ball on the right-hand side of the English attack. Goal kick for Japan. The final touch there from Danny English. A huge shout out once again to everyone who's watching us at the Royal National College for the Blind in England. We're certainly very happy to have you guys with us here today for the IBSA Grand Prix that's being broadcast on the IBSA YouTube channel. England on the offensive drive. They have a corner kick from the right-hand side. English working his way in. Here come the English team. Halted in his tracks. The ball's alive inside the Japanese area, and England have another corner kick, this one from the left-hand side. Danny English to take it. 1 minute and 29 seconds of playing time on the clock. 10:15 local time here in São Paulo, Brazil. In 45 minutes, we'll be getting underway with Brazil and Chile, the South American battle for the IBSA Grand Prix. You don't want to miss it. You do not want to miss it. Corner kick for England. It's taken. Roy Turnham shifts direction, trying to weave his way into the area. It's alive, once again loose inside the Japanese area. The defenders are having a tough time clearing it. Roy Turnham is going to put some pressure on Tori and Sasaki. A little over 60 seconds of playing time remaining. Another corner kick for England. There's the buzzer because the Japanese blind football team will have a substitution. Guto, the number 8, who will be stepping in for the number 11, Tori. Guto, who was the starter, and then Tori, who came into the match over the course of this goalless battle so far. England 0, Japan 0. That's what the scoreboard here at the Paralympic Centre in Brazil continues to read. Danny English working his way inside. Only got so far halted there by Kawamura, who's off to the counterattack. He's accelerating up the field. Kawamura gets to it inside the area. He takes the shot, scores! Japan draw first blood, break the deadlock, put 1-0 on the scoreboard late in the game. And look at the celebration coming from the Japanese squad. They cannot believe it. It's the hero, the captain, the number 10, Kawamura, with the lethal, fatal, textbook counterattack. He went all the way. Loose ball inside the area, pulled the trigger with the right foot. This time, no chances whatsoever for Dylan Malpas as the ball would fly into the back of the net, into the frame. Japan are just seconds away from clinching the 3 points. In other words, if Brazil beat Chile, Japan will be qualifying to the semifinals as the second-placed team in Group B. This is huge for Eiji Nakagawa and his men. Kawamura emerging as the hero. What a goal. What a beautiful counter-attacking goal from Japan's number 10. England looking for a late equalizer. Danny English off to the races, still going. Nice defending there from Sasaki, halting the Englishman in his tracks. Corner kick for England. What a thrilling end to this battle, ladies and gentlemen. 50 seconds on the clock. 50.1, that's exactly what the scoreboard reads. Japan lead by a goal. They're very, very close to snatching the 3 points. England want the late equalizer. Roy Turnham and Danny English to take the corner kick from the right-hand side. All of the Japanese outfield players inside the area. 3 of them closing down the near post. Hirabayashi right there on the edge of the box, smack in the middle of the area. Coleman is feeling the crossbar in the post, so he knows exactly where it is. Corner kick for the Europeans. Danny English and Turnham on the ball. Turnham working his way back. Then inside, looking for space, looking for an angle. He loses track of the ball, and Japan might just get another counterattack here. It's loose and alive in Japan's defensive third. Sasaki using his teammates there to shield, to protect the ball. Less than 30 seconds of playing time on the clock. The ball is still alive, still loose in the Japanese defensive third. England trying to regain possession in the middle third, and Japanese player Hirabayashi has the shot from range, collected by Dylan Malpas, who sends it down the middle aisle, and it goes out for a Japanese goal kick. Japan are very, very close to clinching the W and securing the 3 points. And there's the full-time buzzer, followed by the full-time whistle. Look at the celebration. Listen to the celebration coming from the Japanese dugout. They have done it. Japan secure the first win of the IBSA Grand Prix, and with that, they clinched the 3 points. Japan now have 4 points. They are in second in Group B, behind only Brazil, who have 6 and are about to take on Chile. So if the Brazilians beat the Chileans, Brazil will reach 9 points, and Japan will qualify as the second-placed team. Even if Brazil and Chile tie, Japan will still qualify as the second-placed team. So, ladies and gentlemen, in less than 40 minutes, Brazil and Chile will be going at it for the second match of the day. We're going to take a quick 20 or so minute break, and we'll see you right back here at around 10:45, 10:50 local time here in São Paulo, Brazil for our pregame show. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a few minutes.